2006, I've been collecting cars diecasts. For the first 10 years, I would just buy some cars on and off again, but in 2017, something changed how I collected. After Cars 3 released, I felt inspired to start collecting cars again. And I also felt inspired to create this channel. Since starting my channel, I've been trying to collect every single new Cars diecast, and also going back and getting some older ones. And now, to celebrate the 6-year anniversary of my channel, I'll be showing you my entire Disney Cars diecast collection. With over 1,000 155 scale diecasts, several hundred mini racers, Disney store cars, mini adventures, micro drifters, and even some items I've never shown before on my channel. This is my entire Disney Cars diecast collection. We'll start here on the table, where I keep my Radiator Springs residents and all of their many, many variants. Starting with all my Lightning McQueens, we have Precision Series Lightning McQueen, Original 2006 Lightning McQueen, Silver Lightning McQueen, Racing Red Lightning McQueen, Tar Lightning McQueen, Road Repair Lightning McQueen, Dirt Track McQueen, Impound McQueen, Thailand Cruisin' McQueen, Original Cruisin' McQueen, Color Changers Cruisin' McQueen, Cactus McQueen, Radiator Springs McQueen, Spin Out McQueen, Dynaco McQueen, 2021 Color Changers Dynaco McQueen, Lightning Storm McQueen, Looking Forward Bling Bling McQueen and Looking to the Side Bling Bling McQueen, McQueen with Sign, Tongue McQueen, Finish Line McQueen, Bugmouth McQueen, Nature Drive McQueen, Tumbleweed McQueen and Thailand Tumbleweed McQueen, Lightning McQueen with bumper stickers, Paint Mask McQueen, Night Vision McQueen, McQueen with Cone, Transforming McQueen, a custom concept art Lightning McQueen, 2020 and 2021 Pixar Fest McQueen, Disney 100 McQueen. Then we move into Storytellers with Sponsorless McQueen and Smellswell McQueen, as well as Holiday Hotshot and Snowplow McQueen. Now we get into Cars Tunes with Burnt Lightning McQueen, Daredevil Lightning McQueen, my most recent McQueen, Dragon Lightning McQueen, Plastic Dragon Lightning McQueen, Frightening McMean, Heavy Metal Lightning McQueen. Then before we get into Cars 2, we have the Lightning McQueen as the Easter Buggy from Mater and the Easter Buggy. From Cars 2, we have Lightning McQueen with racing wheels, party wheels, and travel wheels. Metallic Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen, Hudson Hornet Piston Cup McQueen with no tires, and a custom storyboard Clown Lightning McQueen based on the original Cars 2 opening, which was a deleted scene. We then have the Student Driver McQueen from the Cancel to Protect and Serve short, Road Trip McQueen from the 2016 Road Trip line, or rather, it was called Road Trip Cruisin' McQueen when it released. Then we move into Cars 3 with Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, Cars 3 McQueen, Color Changers Cars 3 McQueen, Metallic Cars 3 McQueen, Rusty's McQueen, Golden Lightning McQueen, Chester Whipple Filter. This is the Rubber Tires 2017 Demo Derby release. And then the original non-matte Chester Whipple Filter, a custom Golden Chester Whipple Filter, Primer McQueen, this is specifically the Frowning single release, Fireball Beach Racer McQueen, Fabulous McQueen and Color Changers Fabulous McQueen, Muddy Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, a custom Race Damage Lightning McQueen, Cupcake McQueen, and then we move into the post Cars 3 stuff with Fireball Beach Racer McQueen, Metallic Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Then we get into stuff from my Cars Adventure series with Damaged Team LM McQueen, Protectors of Radiator Springs McQueen, Return to Radiator Springs McQueen, Monster Truck Race Lightning McQueen, The Executioner, and Final Battle Lightning McQueen. We then have Endurance Racer Lightning McQueen, XRS Mud Racing, Drag Racing, and Rocket Racing Lightning McQueen. Then we move into Cars on the Road with 2022 and 2023 Road Trip McQueen, entirely too many Color Changer Road Trip McQueens with the single, 2-pack, and playset variants, Cave Lightning McQueen, Color Changers Cave Lightning McQueen, Color Changer Cryptid Buster Lightning McQueen, Lightning McQueen Deputy Hazard, Road Rumbler McQueen, and his Color Changer counterpart. And finally, NASCAR Lightning McQueen, 2022 NASCAR Lightning McQueen, and Lightning Cup McQueen from Ty's Cars 4. We then move into one of my all-time favorite characters to collect variants of, Mater. With Precision Series Mater, Light Up Precision Series Mater, a 2017 Mater, my original 2006 Mater, which is very broken, as you can see. Here we have the Long Hook Mater from 2022, Color Changers Mater, 2020 Thailand Brand New Mater, and original brand new Mater, 2020 color changer brand new Mater, Mater with oil can, Mater with sign, Mater with hood, one-eye Mater, blowing bubbles Mater, a custom concept art or deleted scene based Mater in Lightning's body. We then have Roland Bolin Mater, Pixar Fest Mater, and from Mater and the Ghostlight, Mater with cone teeth, Weehoo Winter Mater, Death Star Battle Mater as Darth Vader, placed in his TIE Advanced. Then we move into the Mater's Tall Tales with Rescue Squad Mater, Dr. Mater with mask up, a plastic Mater the Greater, High Dive Mater and Cannonball Mater, plastic El Matador, Drift Party Mater, Mater with beanie hat, or beanie hat Mater, Rasta Mater, Mater the Aviator. Then we move into Cars 2 with Race Team Mater with headset, Mater the Waiter, that's funny right there, Mater with oil cans, Mater with balloon, Mater Hosen, Wasabi Mater, Mater with no tires, Fighting Face Mater, Mater with duct tape, a super chase from 2016. Then from Cars 3 we have the Fan Favorites Mater, Mater with lightning bolt hat and Mater with 95 hat, Mater with 95 and 51 hat, and another custom based on a deleted scene, we have Fabulous Mater. We then have the Fireball Beach Racer Mater variant and original. From Cars Adventures, Protectors of Radiator Springs Mater, and then from Cars on the Road, we have 2023 Road Trip Mater, Color Changer President Mater, Road Rumbler Mater, and then finally Mater from the NASCAR line. For Sally, we have her Light Up Precision Series release. As you can see, the light is unfortunately dying out a bit over the years, but the backlights still work just fine. Have to replace the batteries in this one for sure. Then we have the 2022 Welcome to Radiator Springs Sally, 2018 Sally, 2006 Sally, 2022 Sally Color Changer, Metallic Sally, Radiator Springs Classic Series Sally with Tattoo, Original Sally with Tattoo, Racing Red Sally, Pixar Fest Sally, Disney 100 Sally, Snow Day Sally, and from Cars Adventures, Custom Dynaco Sally. Moving on to the fabulous Hudson Hornet himself, Doc Hudson, we have Precision Series Doc, Original Doc, the fabulous Hudson Hornet. This is actually his original white wheel variant before they changed it to red. We then have Color Changers Fabulous Hudson Hornet with headset, Decked Out Doc Hudson, Dirt Track Fabulous Hudson Hornet, Custom Race Damage Fabulous Hudson Hornet, and the Fabulous Hudson Hornet with tire. We then move on to Luigi and Guido. I have a Precision Series Luigi, but not the corresponding Guido. When I got it, mine was actually an error with the Luigi, but just a regular Guido. So, Precision Series Luigi, regular Guido. We actually have 3 regular Guidos. Welcome to Radiator Springs Luigi, whose corresponding Guido is right here. We have a 2017 Luigi, a 2006 Luigi, Pit Crew member Guido, Ferrari fans Luigi, and Guido. Guido with paint rollers, Pixar Fest Luigi and Guido, the Holiday Luigi and Guido variants, Luigi and Guido as C-3PO and R2-D2, Race Team Luigi. I unfortunately don't have that Guido either. That got lost years ago when I was on vacation. One of my only Cars diecasts to ever be lost. I think it's actually the only one since I lost it on vacation. We then have Race Team Luigi and Guido with headsets, Wheelwell Guido, Luigi as a mummy and Guido as a ghost, Luigi with checkered flag, Fireball Beach Racers Luigi and Guido, 95 fans Luigi and Guido, and NASCAR Pit Crew Luigi and Guido. For Sheriff, we have Sheriff, Color Changer Sheriff, and Fan Favorite Sheriff, or Team 51 Sheriff. Then have for Flo, Precision Series Flo, Welcome to Radiator Springs Flo, a Thailand version of the original Flo, then my original Flo. Pit Crew member, Flo with Trey, then Pit Crew member Flo. These two are very similar. Disney 100 Flo, Road Trip Flo, and Fan Favorites Flo. Then have Precision Series Ramon, 2018 updated Purple Ramon, original Purple Ramon, hydraulic Purple Ramon, 2021 updated Green Ramon, original Green Ramon, and Green Ramon with paint gun. We then have hydraulic Ramon, Yellow Ramon, hydraulic Yellow Ramon. This is his Thailand variant. Lightning Ramon and hydraulic Lightning Ramon. 2020 updated Old School Ramon. Old School Ramon. 2020 and 2021 Pixar Fest Ramon, Disney 100 Ramon, Ghostlight Ramon, Christmas Cruiser Ramon, 2021 Holiday Ramon, Artist Ramon, or Ramon Green if you're Mattel last year, Radiator Springs Ramon, Union Jack Ramon with Paint Gun, Metallic Union Jack Ramon, Road Trip Ramon, Intro Ramon, and his color changer, Florida Ramon, Hydraulic Florida Ramon, and Metallic Florida Ramon, Saludos Amigos Ramon, Fan Favorites Ramon, and from Ties Cars 4, Lightning Cup Ramon, and Pink and Yellow Ramon. For Fillmore, we have Precision Series Fillmore, Precision Series Glow in the Dark Fillmore, the 2020 Thailand Updated Fillmore, a 2017 Fillmore, my original Fillmore whose wheels are broken. We then have Color Changers Fillmore, the Radiator Springs Classic Fillmore Expression Variant, Pit Crew Member Fillmore, Fuel Tide Cheer Fillmore, then have the Race Team Fillmore Expression Variant, Race Team Fillmore with headset, Road Trip Fillmore. Moving on to Sarge, we have Precision Series Sarge, Light Up Precision Series Sarge, Original Sarge, 2023 Color Changers Sarge, 2009 and 2010 Lenticular Sarge, Salutin' Sarge, Sarge with Cannon, Sarge with Roof Lights, Race Team Sarge with headset, Road Trip Sarge, Fan Favorite Sarge, and Custom Golden Honor Sarge from Cars Adventures. Then we have Lizzie, Precision Series Red, Red, Original Red, and Red is Chewbacca. From my Cars Adventure series, we have Patrick Pace and Protectors of Radiator Springs Patrick Pace. And finally, Frank, an original tractor, 2017 tractor, tractor with tire in mouth, and 2 baby tractors. Here in my closet is where I keep my Radiator Springs Visitors section. We start off with Radiator Springs Visitors from the modern day in order of the Cars series. Then we move into the flashback visitors from the R-Town scene in the first Cars movie, before finishing off with highway cars like the delinquent road hazards and other cars we see on the highway. Starting off with modern day visitors from the first Cars, we have Van, Road Trip Van, Mini, Road Trip Mini, TJ, and the rest of the boot camp with Charlie Cargo, Frank Pinky Pinkerton, 2018 and Original Murphy, Ferrari F430, Antonio Veloce Excelente, Marilyn and her metallic variant, Nick Stickers and his metallic variant, the one and only Valerie V8. Then here we have a few customs based on the Cars video games. Let me move Dustin Mellows out of the way so you can see them. El Guapo, Emma, and Candace. We then have the Radiator Springs Racers from Cars Land with the red, green, blue, purple, and gold characters. We then have the Reindeer from Mater Saves Christmas, as well as 2 more. Then the Easter Buggy. Then we get into Cars 2 with Otis and 2022 Thailand Otis, Revni Grolante, Colin Beaurev. Then the 5 cars from Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters with Sophia, Angelo, Pasquale, and these 2, Salvatore and Sergio, who I actually haven't reviewed yet. I just filmed their review right before filming this section of the collection video. You can see the review coming up tomorrow. Ooh, shameless plug in the middle of my Cars collection. Mike 07 and DD05 from the Canceled Short to Protect and Serve, Tony Track from Cars Adventures, the nameless green truck from Cars Adventures, this Mater, who was referred to as Tater in certain Cars Adventures episodes, a reference to a character from Aquastrike's old Cars series. For the record, this is based on a Precision Series Mater I had that broke. Brody Pace from Cars Adventures, and Ricky Radial from Ties Cars 4, who's since been adapted into Cars Adventures. Moving into the flashback cars with Dustin Mellows, Greta, Hank Halloween Murphy, Mildred Bylane, Edwin Cranks, Timothy Timezone Truecoat, and the row ends with Nikki B and Milton Calipier. We then move on to Jonas Rivera, then we get into the highway cars with DJ, and after DJ there's someone I should bring up. As I'm sure many of you are aware, my original DJ has fallen apart into several separate pieces. It started with his spoiler coming off, then all of DJ came off the base, and now he is in a fun 8 separate pieces. Collect them all! I tried my hardest to put him back together for this video. Unfortunately, I could not, but there he is. Moving on. Here we have Metallic DJ, Impound DJ, Snot Rod, 2020 Color Changer Snot Rod, Metallic Snot Rod, Snot Rod with Flames, Wingo, Impound Wingo, Boost, Impound Boost, Leroy Traffic, 2021 Leroy Traffic with snow tires, Bertha Butterswagon, who looks like she is absolutely terrified of Leroy, Axle Accelerator, Gil, and then the custom graveyard cars based on the deleted scene where Lightning ends up in a graveyard. Graveyard car 1, 2, 3, and 4, and finally from Cars Adventures, the Mystery Racer and Flashback Mystery Racer. This next part of my collection is called the Around the World area. It's comprised of all the different cars we see around the world throughout the Cars series, including the Chrome Agents and Lemons from Cars 2, the cars from Tokyo, France, Italy, and London in Cars 2, the Thomasville cars from Cars 3, and more recently, it's become the home of my Cars on the Road diecasts. Currently, it's stored on the floor of my sister's room, who let me keep some cars in her room while she was in college, but now I'm hoping to find a more permanent place for these guys in the future. We're going to start off with the Chrome Agents with Finn McMissile, Security Guard Finn McMissile, Submarine Finn McMissile, and Palace Danger Finn McMissile. Then we move on to Holly with the 2022 corrected color Holly, original 2011 Holly, 2020 Thailand Holly, Holly Shiftwell with screen, specifically this is the 2013 variant, Rod Torque Redline, and Damage Rod Torque Redline. We then start the Lemons with Miles Axelrod, Miles Axelrod with microphone. Back there is Wild Miles Axelrod. We then have Grem, and behind Taya here is Grem with weapon. After them, we have Acer, and Acer with headset, Professor Z, Alexander Hugo with party hat, and Victor Hugo. Then we move on to the second row here with Tubbs Pacer, Vladimir Trunkov with boot, a custom blue gremlin with headset, Jerome Ramped, Tolga Trunkov and Petrov Trunkov, and then Don Crumlin. The first of the Tokyo cars are the cars that Lightning and Mater see while watching a Wipeout show on their way to Japan with Takeshi and Yukio. And then we move into the cars from Tokyo with Edamame and Daisu Sashimi. We have the Thailand and original variants of the Zen Master Pity, Thailand one with the mustache and the original one without. We then have Okuni and Shigeko, Kingpin Nobunaka and Pinion Tanaka, Kamara Kaizo, Taya Decatora, Heike, Vic Vanley, Mike Fuse and his Thailand variant, Bob Pulley over there. Then we have Suki, Harumi, Chisaki, and Jesse Hollander. Then this is a Kyo, a custom from Ties Cars 4, from a part of that movie where they go to Tokyo. Alex Vandell starts the airport cars. He's followed up by Uchi, Crate Rinse and Wash, and Ruka, as well as Becky Whelan here. Then we move into France with Tombe, Ludwig, and Louis LaRue. In Italy, we find Uncle Topolino, Mama Topolino, Franca, Francesca, and the 4 members of the Uncle Topolino band, with the tuba player, accordion player, mandolin player, and finally the drummer. We then have Megan Carrar, complete with her all-in-all sign, Towen Owen, and the custom Cars Adventures character, Giuseppe Awilo, rounding out Italy. We then move on to some cars from the Italy Casino with Mary Esco Car, Marco and Marcello, and Carlo Maserati. London starts with Sergeant Highgear, Corporal Josh Coolant, Chauncey Fairs, Topper Deckington III, Scott Spark, and Mike Lorengen. Then we move into some Cars 3 cars with Scott Tiller here. After him, we have some Thomasville cars with Sweet Tea, Robert Jam Jones, Pam Wheeldaro, and Rich Hurry. Then Andrew Vrooman, Jenny Toland, Bill Revs, Vanden Kerr, Jen Tansedan, Xanadu Bumpers, and a custom from Cars 4, Rock Hudson, who appeared when they go to Thomasville and Ties Cars 4. And then we move into Cars on the Road, starting off with characters from Dino Park, the Color Changers Baby Quadratorchestor, and the Pitstoposaurus. From Lights Out, Lisa, Luis, and the Color Changer Diana Giordano. From Salt Fever, Noriyuki, Sarah Coggs, Peggy Liner, Niall Speedcone, That's Jammin', Color Changers That's Jammin', Revo Koss and Color Changers Revo Koss, Royce Revsley, Gearston Marshall, Mark Sondheimer, and Speed Demon. From the Legend, we have Griswold. Then we have Ivy. From, of course, the Circus episode, we have May and Kay Pillar Derev, the Circus Stunt Biplane. We then have Hallam Haynes, the Circus Stunt Performer, Greebles, Claire Gunzer, Kelly Beambright, and then we move on to B-Movie with Doug Krenkel and his very gross color changer. And that wraps up Cars on the Road. The final cars we have here are the Road Dent Gang from my fan film Ties Cars 4 with Alleyway, Chip, Dent, Scuff, and Scrape. I keep all of my racers on 3 separate shelves, starting off with this one, which is right above where I review cars, and starting off with my Piston Cup racers on the first Cars movie, we have Chick Hicks, Silver Collection Chick Hicks, Dynaco Chick Hicks, Chick Hicks as Boba Fett, a Cars 3 Chick Hicks with headset that I cut the headset off of, Chick Hicks with headset, Head Agent 86 from Cars Adventures, Lightning Cup Chick Hicks from Ties Cars 4. Moving on to the King, we have Thailand the King, Original the King, and Color Changer the King, Silver Collection the King, Damaged the King, Lightning Cup the King from Ties Cars 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Chuck Armstrong, Claude Scruggs, Todd Marcus, Aiken Axler, Winfred Bradford Rutherford, Billy Oil Changer, Lee Revkins and his Thailand variant, Slider Petrolsky, Floyd Mulvihill, Rusty Cornfuel, Dirksen DiAgostino, Kevin Racing Tire, Murray Clutchburn, Kevin Shiftwright, Brush Kerber, Ralph Carlo, Davey Apex or Dave Alternators, whichever you prefer, Paunchy Wipeout, Metallic Ryan Shields, James Clean Air, Greg Candyman, Sage Vanderspin, Hull Ingas, Metallic Hull Ingas, Ruby Easy Oaks, Manny Flywheel, Darren Leadfoot, and Krusty Rotor. Moving on to my World Grand Prix racers, we have Francesco Bernoulli, Color Changers Francesco Bernoulli, Racing Red Francesco, and Lightning Cup Francesco. For Jeff, we have Jeff Gorvette, Silver Collection Jeff Gorvette, Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette, and Lightning Cup Jeff Gorvette. We have Lewis Hamilton and his Lightning Cup custom variant, Carla Veloso, and although you can't tell because she has the exact same face, this Carla is Carla with flames. Yeah, this one is on fire. We then have Thailander Raul Sarul, Original Raul Sarul, Stunt Racers Raul, Silver Collection Raul, Neon Racers Raul, and Ice Racers Raul, Shu Todoroki, Max Schnell, Neon, Ice, and Carbon Max Schnell variants. We then have Nigel Gearsley, Metallic Nigel Gearsley, Nigel Gearsley with Flames, Quick Changers Nigel Gearsley. We then have Silver Racers Nigel Gearsley, Neon Nigel Gearsley, and Carbon Nigel Gearsley. Miguel Camino, Metallic Miguel Camino, and Silver Collection Miguel Camino. Rep Klutchkonsky, Ice Racers Vitaly Petrov, and that wraps up all the Cars 2 guys and their corresponding variants. Now, with Cars 3, we'll go in order of the generation, starting off with all of the legends, Luis Nash, Hot Rod Luis Nash, River Scott, Heyday, and Hot Rod River Scott, Junior Moon, Heyday, and Hot Rod Junior Moon, Leroy Hemming, Jet Robinson, Randy Lawson, Duke Coulters, Ducky Fauntleroy, my personal favorite of all these cars, Clovis Ryder. Then have Dewey Conrad, Jimmy Lugwrench, Eli Turnpike, Slim Hood, Floyd Morgan, Jodon Jackson, Caleb Worley. That's all for those guys. Now we move on to the Cars 3 variants, starting off with the one and only Cal Weathers, Metallic Cal Weathers, there he is, Thomasville Cal Weathers, Custom Race Damage Cal Weathers, Team LM Cal Weathers from my movie McQueen's Team, Redline Cal Weathers from my movie Redline, XRS Mud Racers Cal Weathers, Ties Cars 4 Lightning Cup Cal Weathers, and Bobby Swift. Then we move on to the next shelf. The second racer shelf starts off with Metallic Bobby Swift, then Color Changer Bobby Swift, Lightning Cup Bobby Swift, Brick Yardley, XRS Drag Racing Brick Yardley, and Lightning Cup Brick, Phil Tankson, Brian Spark, Jimmy Cables, Redline Jimmy Cables, Ralph Carlo, Dirksen DiAgostino, Darren Leadfoot, Speedy Comet and XRS Mud Racing Speedy Comet, Carl Clutchin, Dino Drafsky, and Mud Racing Dino Drafsky, Terry Cargas, the Thailand variant, and the original Incorrect Mold Terry Cargas, Reb Meeker and his Thomasville Racer variant, Dud Throttleman, Bruce Miller, Buck Bearingley, Ernie Gearson and his Redline Custom variant, Jack DePost, Marcus Cranksler, Rev Rodages, Floyd Mulvihill, TG Castlenuts XRS Mud Racing variant, Chip Gearings and his Thomasville variant, Parker Breakston, Thomasville Racing Legends Parker Breakston, Tommy Highbanks, Corrected Paunchy Wipeout, Original Paunchy Wipeout, Thomasville Racing Legends Paunchy, Rex Reveler and his Metallic variant, Todd Marcus and Murray Clutchburn. Then we move into my Cruz variants with Francis Beltline, Trainer Cruz, Regular Cruz Ramirez, Rusty's Cruz Ramirez, Fireball Beach Cruz Ramirez, Track Damage Cruz, Dynaco Cruz, Original Dynaco Cruz, Color Changers Cruz, Silver Collection Cruz, Fireball Beach Racer Cruz, Talk Show Cruz from Cars Adventures, XRS Mud, Drag, and Rocket Racing Cruz, Racing Center Cruz Ramirez and her color changer from Cars on the Road, NASCAR Cruz, and Lightning Cup Cruz. Moving on to Jackson Storm, we have Jackson Storm and his color changer, his Silver Collection variant, his Racing Red variant, his Fireball Beach Racer variant, a few Cars Adventures customs here with Racer 17 and Race Damage Jackson Storm. We then move over to the Thomasville Racing Legends Jackson Storm and another Cars Adventures custom with Protectors of Radiator Springs Jackson Storm. We then have Endurance Racer Jackson Storm, XRS Mud, Drag, and Rocket Racing Jackson, NASCAR Jackson, and Lightning Cup Jackson. We then have Purple and Blue Danny Sorvez, Beach Racer Danny and NASCAR Danny, Bubba Wheelhouse and his NASCAR variant, Ryan Inside Laney, Beach Racer Ryan, Custom Race Damage Ryan and NASCAR Ryan, Chase, Beach Racer Chase, Endurance Racer Chase, and NASCAR Chase, 2022 Flipped Over and Original Flipped Over, Tim Treadless and Original Tim Treadless. We then have the Silver Collection Tim Treadless, XRS Drag Racing Tim, Original Beach Racer and Rocket Racer Cam Spinner, Original Beach Racer and Endurance Racer Rich Mixon, Herb Kerbler, Thomasville Herb Kerbler, Nick Shift, Paul Conrev, Color Changers Paul Conrev, the Bumper Save Racing Tractor, Fireball Beach Racer Paul Conrev, and Rocket Racer Paul Conrev. So many Pauls. Harvey Rodcap, Aaron Clocker, Michael Roeder and his Racing Tractor counterpart, Ed Trunken and his Endurance Racer, Richie Gunzit and his Fireball Beach Racer, Jonas Carvers, Chris Roman, Conrad Camber, Beach Racer Conrad Camber, M. Fast Fong, Rev and Go Racing Tractor, Jim Reverick, Dan Garcia, Steve Slick LePage and his Mud and Rocket Racing variants, Will Rush, and Sheldon Shifter, which ends the second racer shelf. And then we move over to here, the final racer shelf. This is actually a shelf that I just got, which I'm using to store overflow from my other two racer shelves. And as you can see, I have so many racers that this shelf now is almost full. Anyway, we start off with the Sputter Stop Racing Tractor, then Fireball Beach Sheldon Shifter, Endurance Sheldon Shifter, Redline Sheldon Shifter, one of the few Redline customs left, JD McPillar, a custom damaged JD McPillar, Endurance JD, really underrated release. I'm not a big fan of the Endurance racers, but I really like how JD looks. Custom JP Drive, not the most accurate custom I've ever made, but I made it like 5 years ago just so that I could have something that looks like JP Drive to put on my shelf. Usually I don't like making customs of characters that, you know, could actually be made as diecasts, but I think that ship is sailed. I don't think we're ever getting JP unless Mattel works out a deal with Apple. We then have HJ Hollis, Color Changer HJ, and Beach Racer HJ, then Noah Gokek and his respective racing tractor, Eric Breaker. We then have Barry D. Peddle and his Mud and Rocket Racing variants, George Newwin and his Mud Racer, Spiky Phillips and his Drag Racer, and that concludes the Cars 3 Next Gen, so now we'll move on to the Custom Next Gens from Ty's Cars 4, Kara Crashwell and her Lightning Cup variant, Frankie Fabulous, Rodin Trailer, Jerry Motoro, who really needs a new coat of pink paint, and Jaden Fast. Then we have the NASCAR racers, Carson Ace Dillon, William Byrev, Gogo Logano, Eric Almirolan, and Rowdy Revan Bush. And finally, my old custom Next Gen Shifty Drug, which I just never decided to repurpose, even though we have an official one now. Going through my collection really takes you all over the place. We started off on my table, then went to my closet, then into my sister's room, then back to my room on the shelves, and now we're back to my sister's room, where I keep what I call the race day area. This area includes pit crew members, haulers, press cars, fans, and air vehicles. We'll start off with Lightning McQueen's pit crew. From the first Cars movie, pit crew member Mac, Rusty and Dusty, My Name Is Not Chuck, and My Name Is Not Chuck with Cart. Moving into Cars 3, we have Long and Short Bed Smokey, Heyday Smokey, and Hot Rod Smokey. Then Sterling with headset, and then we get into all the other miscellaneous Rust-eze cars, including Millie and all the Rust-eze Racing Center trainees. Let's see if I can remember all their names in one take. Okay. Kurt with Bugs, Gabriel, Ronald, Aiden. Then we have Jay and Jay with VR headset, Ernesto, Junyi, Shriram, and Tom W. Let's go. I got all of them. Then we move on to Chick Hicks's pit crew with Chief Chick and Bruiser Bukowski. We have Thailand Tex Dynaco, starting off the Dynaco section, a 2017 Tex Dynaco and my original 2007 Tex. Linda Weathers, aka Mrs. the King, Dynaco Showgirl number 1. I don't have number 2 because this is her weird 2016 release where they only made the first one, not the second one for whatever reason. Roger Wheeler, Luke Pedalwork, and this guy barely counts, but this is a little plastic immobile car wash pity from the Color Change car wash playset. I just throw them in there for fun. We then have the gray cab. We then move into my pit crew members for the rest of the Cars 1 sponsors. Much like for McQueen, if a sponsor has pit crew members from Cars 1 and 3, the pit crew members from Cars 3 will follow the ones from the first movie. This is only relevant for Spearmint, who I only have a Cars 3 cap for, so I didn't really know I had to clarify that. Anyway, just so you know, fun fact, all of the pit crew members are placed in the same order as their racers. For Leakless, we have Earl Filter, Stacy, my original Stacy, and then the short and wide Leakless pitties. For RPM, Petrol Pulaski. Then we have Mike Stockcar and CB for Transberry Juice, Trunk Fresh Pity. Bet you'll never guess what sponsor he works for. Megan Shifter for Fiber Fuel, Ben Doridan for Bumper Save, Brian Immigier for Taco Mint, Dan Holland for Sputter Stop, and Dale Ruffalo for Gaskets. Then Xavier Rodal, the Cars 3 Spearmint cab, who exists despite there being like no other Cars 3 pit crew members out there. And then we have the Easy Idle Pity. We then move into all the different World Grand Prix teams, with Francesco's team consisting of Giuseppe Motorsi and Alex Machino. Then Jeff Gorvet's team, John Lasseter and Turbo Bullock. Lewis's team with just Bruce Boxman. Still don't have that Lewis pity. It still hasn't come out. Cruz Basoro and Adam Park are Carla's team. Bruno Motoro and Emmanuel Maniez make up Raul's. Mak Matsuo here is Shu's crew chief. Autobahn is Max's crew chief. Austin Littleton and Nick Pittire are Nigel Gearsley's team. Petra Carolina and Honk Cho for Miguel. And Brian Gierlewski and Terrell Geartree for Rip Klutchgonski. Then we have Jackson Storms, crew chief and pity, Ray Everham and Laura Spinwell. And then we move into Piston Cup staff with Dexter Hoover with green and checkered flag, Charlie Checker, race tow truck Tom. Then we move into a couple of different Piston Cup security cars, starting off with Richard Clayton Kensington, Marlon Clutches McKay, and race official Tom. Cars 2 staff includes Eric Langley and Alex Carville, and also Globy, because where else would I put him? I have no clue where else he could go. In Cars 3, we have Double Clutch Daily, then Chris Rostovsky with green, white, yellow, and original checkered flags, Pat Traxon, Tiny Lugsworth, and Morgan Martins. And then from Cars 4, Ty's Cars 4, we have the Lightning Cup staff with Alejandro Safewheel and Jennifer Wheellock. We then move into all the press cars. Daryl Cartrip and Daryl Cartrip with headset, Bob Cutlass in Cars 3, Bob Cutlass, Corey Turbowitz and Nurse Corey, Artie, Skip Richter, Lenticular J Limo, Chucky, Dan Sklarkenberg, Kim Carlins, Chuck Manifold, Andrea, Human, Dash Boardman, Cora Copper. We then have the one and only absolutely legendary Bert, Derek Williams, and Sarah Wilson. And finally, Studs McGirdle. We then move into Cars 2 reporters with Brent Mustangberger and David Hobscap. Then Mel Dorado, as well as the 3 all-in-all scientists that briefly appear on his show, Lee Rosse, Nate Stanchion, and Jessica Gianpetrol. Then we have Nick Cartone. Then we move into Cars 3 reporters and camera cars with Wheel Del Lee, Natalie Certain, Shannon Spokes, and Biz Torkson. From Ty's Cars 4, we have Hero Hot Wheel. Then we move into Lightning McQueen fans, starting off all the race fans with Mia and Tia, then Superfan Mia and Tia, Dynaco Mia and Tia, Waitress Mia and Tia, Golden Mia and Tia, and Lightning Cup Mia and Tia from Ty's Cars 4. We then have the original Fred. I don't have the sized up or down versions. I guess not sized up, the sized down and then the sized appropriately. This is just the original 2007 one. Then we take a break from the Lightning fans to take a look at all the Rusty cars with Jonathan Wrenchworth. Then Michael Sparkber, Andy Vaporlock, Donna Pitts, and Craig Phaster. Then we got Larry Camper and Timothy Two-Stroke. Then we have a Cars 2 McQueen fan with Courtney Carspur. Then Cars 3 McQueen fans with Maddie McGear. Team 95 and 51 Maddie McGear. And then Lightning Cut Maddie McGear, as well as her mother, Melissa Bernabrake. We then start the Kings fans with Matthew Trueblue McCrew and Darla Vandersen. And then unmarked fans, fans that don't have any specific merchandise supporting a certain racer. They're just typical fans. But I guess our first one isn't all that typical, as he's Mario Andretti with his Thailand variant, original variant, and metallic variant. Then we have the incredible Elvis RV. Then Coriander Whitetrack, Brake Boyd, Milo, JW, Christina Wheeland, Patty, Todd the Pizza Planet Truck and his Cars 3 variant, Paul Valdez, Bud, who was my first ever review on the channel 6 years ago today, Van Scanlane, Keith Cohn, Vern, Brad Windmiller, and the Autobahn Society members Michelle Motoretta and Heather Dreyfing. We then have Cars 2 World Grand Prix fans with Mama Bernoulli and Alberto, of course Francesco's fans, Jeff's fan Clutch Foster, and Denise Beam, Carla's fan, and then these two sort of unmarked fans, Kimberly Rims and Kareen Cavey. We then have my custom fans from Ty's Cars 4. What I did for this was I tried to make custom fans for the different Cars 3 racers I featured in the movie, since we still haven't gotten really any marked Cars 3 fans. So they go here in the Cars 3 section, since this is where they would go if there were other Cal, Bobby, and Brick fans released. We have the Cal fan Brendan T. Quick, and then Carrie and Mary Motorton. Actually, sorry, this one's Mary and this one is Carrie, I believe. I always get these two confused. This one is a Bobby fan and that one is a Brick fan. And then some unmarked Cars 3 fans, Keel Motoray, Steve Herschel, and Hot Rod Steve Herschel. There he is. Let's get away from him. We have Katie Frontrunner, a custom from Ty's Cars 4, who's a Kara Crashwell fan. And then we get into the air vehicles with Rotor Turbowski, Barney Storman, Alof the Lightyear Blimp, and the Cars 3 Lightyear Blimp, Kathy Copter. We then have, I believe, this one is Marco the Jet, and then Ron Hover. We then move on over to the haulers, starting off with Cars 2 Mac, then Jocko Flacco Mac, then my custom Dynaco Mac, then the Chick Hicks hauler. We then have Cal Weathers' hauler, more recently renamed to Helena Fecho. We then have Bobby Swift's hauler, which has, I believe, not been renamed yet. If it has, let me know in the comments. I don't remember what it was. At least it's not written down on my list. We then have Steve Karski, June Foster here, and then the Chip Gearings, Cars 3 Paunchy Wipeout haulers, and then finally, John Halstead. My Demolition Derby racers have always hung out here on the floor, but it's become a lot harder to see them ever since I've put in my new Piston Cup racer shelf right on top of them. So I have a flashlight, and you know what? We're going to try our best, okay? All right. Start off here with Miss Fritter. This is her 2018 matte paint variant with an extending stop sign. Then the original Miss Fritter, RV, Dr. Damage, Fair Game, Rubber Tire Superfly, Taco, and Pushover. I'll just state now that for Superfly, Bill, and all the other cars that were a part of the 2017 Demo Derby line, I have their original Demo Derby releases, the rubber tire variants, not the 2020 and beyond Thailand re-releases. And there's Bill, that is his original rubber tires release, not the made in Thailand one with plastic tires. Patty, T-Bone, really great release there. Hope someday he gets a single. Jimbo, APB, Hit and Run, Blind Spot, Pile Up, High Impact, and Tailgate. Then we have Fishtail, Jambalaya Chimichanga, again rubber tires. Liability, again rubber tires. Sigalert, a custom silver Sigalert. Broadside, rubber tires Airborne. Roscoe, original Roscoe, Mr. Drippy, Sean Crash, Mo Revlin, Motor Turner, and Kevin Ryvan. Back here in my closet is where I keep my Cars Tunes items, and on the same shelf as them, I keep some of my special edition Cars diecasts, like my RS Team Lightning McQueen in his acrylic case, and my 2014 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Neon Racers Lightning McQueen and Shu Todoroki light-up box set. Now moving on to the Cars Tunes diecasts. From Rescue Squad Mater, we have Nurse GTO and the Orderly Pitties. From Mater the Greater, Lug and Nutty. Buck the Tooth Vendor, let me move him so you can see Nutty, there he is. And Big Fan, real creative name there, guys. We have a Plastic Choi the Bulldozer from El Matador. From Tokyo Mater, we have Kabuto and the new 2023 Kabuto with Flames variant. A Kabuto Ninja and a Thailand variant of the Kabuto Ninja. Ito-san and Potoka, the plastic wide-load crane from an old Tokyo Mater playset. Komodo, Yokoza, Kayandi, Karisu, Manji, Vanson, and Eddie and Rocky from Heavy Metal Mater. Right underneath my table, I keep several bins where I store all of my Lego pieces color-coded. And some of them have a bit of space on top where I store even more cars. It's like cars are seeping out of every crack and crevice in my room. Anyway, on top of this bin, which goes right under here, under the table, usually it's pushed all the way back in, I keep all of my parody cars. Whether that be cars from the Pixar parodies we see at the end of the first movie, Star Wars cars that aren't based on any Cars character in particular, and now it's become home to all of my Batcar customs from my series Batcar, where I parody famous Batman storylines with a set of custom Cars characters. Currently, the series has its first 4 episodes out. It's been on hiatus for a few months, and I'm hoping to finish up the season soon. Anyway, we'll start off with the Pixar parody cars with 2020 Thailand Sully, my original Sully, who's broken, that's why I bought that one. Mike Wazowski, Yeti the Abominable Snowplow. Then from Toy Car Story, we have Woody, Buzz, and Ham. From the A Bug's Life parody, we have Flick, P.T. Fleet, and the Circus Cab. From the Star Wars cars, we have the Wicked W. Warwick and Logray Pitties. And then onto all my Batcar customs. We have Batcar, Brakes Wayne, Revan, Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, Catwoman, Supercar, Lightning Flash, Aquaman. It's Aquaman. I know that pun is kind of forced. Then we have all of our villains with the Joker, the Riddler and his prison uniform, the Scarecrow, the Penguin, Two-Face, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Bane, Raoul al Ghul, Deadshot, Deathstroke, Firefly, Reverse Lightning Flash, and one of my personal favorites, King Shark. My 2018 Cars Adventures movie Redline featured an army of evil agents, all of which were made by repainting Sterling, which I did because he was the most generic car out at the time, and I just wanted all the agents to look uniform and basically be one and the same interchangeable soldiers. They were all recently redesigned when they were reintroduced in Cars Adventures Lap 2. Agents include Head Agent 1616, he used to be blue but now he's painted gold, referencing him being a head agent. We then have Agent 1333, Agent 9546, 406, 1138, the most recently added agent added for Cars Adventures 2319, and Redline Pity W305. On top of this bin, we have all of my YouTuber customs. Customs based off of my profile picture and the Thai character from Cars Adventures, as well as the other custom racers I used to use in Cars Adventures based off of different YouTubers I knew when I was first starting out. Here we have Avatar Thai, Lightning Cup Thai, Cars Adventures Thai, Pity Cart Thai, and Original Thai. Then we have Fabulous, based on Fabulous Cars Fan 129, who was my channel's first ever subscriber. Dynaco, based on Dynaco42. Tyler, based on Tyler Play 600, and Nomad from Cars Adventures, a variant of Tyler. And then this guy is the original Nomad from Cars Adventures. He's not even a Disney Cars diecast. He's just a cheap little metal car that I used in a Cars Adventures episode. He's not based on a YouTuber, but he is a character related to the Nomad from Cars Adventures, and I didn't really have another place to put him. Here on this shelf, I keep all of my planes. Say hello to the planes, everybody. Starting off with my Prop Wash Junction residents, we have Dusty Crop Hopper, Jolly Wrenches Dusty, Vitaminimal Air Spectacular Dusty, Dusty with Pontoons and Firefighter Dusty, Chug and Air Spectacular Chug, Skipper, Sparky, Lead Bottom, and then from the qualifier races, LJH 86 Special. For Wings Around the Globe racers, we have El Chupacabra, Ned and Zed, no Ripslinger unfortunately, Sunwing, Gunner Viking, and Jan Kowalski. And then from Planes Fire and Rescue, we have Drip and Maru. I absolutely love the Hydro wheels, and I've built up a bit of a collection over the years, including Lightning McQueen, Dynaco Lightning McQueen from the Porto Corsa playset. This one is actually different than the single release. This has water on his sides instead of the flame shooting out of the lightning bolt. Mater, Ramon, Sarge, the King, Nigel Gearsley, and then the Splash Racers for Cruz, Dinoco Cruz, and Jackson Storm, as well as RV, and finally, Hydro Wheels Pontoon Dusty. Here on my wall, I keep my package diecasts. I don't usually collect cars in the package, these are just some that I've accumulated over the years. Nigel Gearsley with metallic finish, the Silver Racer variant of him. An original 2006 Mater, and one of my favorite items I've ever found. This is a Miles Axelrod with microphone from 2022, just fully missing his eye plate and all of his window plates. I found this in a store in Target last summer. Absolutely crazy. And finally, we have this great custom sent to me by Robin Tailsfighter, a combination of his Blackfire avatar and the TIE avatar. I've put several cars that I don't have out on display here on my bed so that I could show them off for this video. You'll be seeing several other groups on the bed later, but for now, I'll just be showing off this first group, which are my duplicate cars and work-in-progress customs. Typically, I turn duplicate cars that I get into customs, but these are cars that haven't become customs just yet. Either because I don't know what to do with them, or actually it's all that. I don't know what I'm going to do with these guys just yet. Up first, we have this Lightning McQueen that came with the Piston Cup Action Speedway. We have a spare Made in Thailand Mater, a spare Gearston Marshall from the Mark Sondheimer 2-pack, a spare Claire Gunzer from the Hallam Haynes 2-pack, a spare Made in Vietnam Aiken Axler, a spare Made in Thailand Krusty Rotor, and spares of Maru, Jan Kowalski, and LJH 86 Special. Then we have my work-in-progress customs. Some of these are customs that I started and never finished, while others are ones that I no longer plan to finish and instead would like to repurpose. These include the Graveyard car made out of a damaged Jackson Storm custom. I never ended up having anything to do with this. I really stopped making all the Graveyard car customs around this time, so yeah, I probably am going to repurpose this, but it's covered in scrapes since it used to be a damaged Jackson, so not quite sure what I'm going to do with it. We then have the Redline Agents based off of racers. There are a lot of Redline related customs here that have never been finished, because several more were supposed to appear in Cars Adventures Lap 2 Season 15 and got cut, including these two, which are based on racer models. Still like to finish these to help fill out the Redline army. We have the Redline Base Trainer. Whether or not I'll keep this as is yet to be seen. I'm planning on probably repainting it into a different character for Batcar. We then have the Redline Base Security work in progress, and the Redline Pity and Maintenance truck, which are both planning on being repurposed. Speaking of Batcar, we have Harvey Dent's and the Harley Quinn car, both of which are yet to be completed, but should be for the next episode. Then we have the Anniversary tie. I started this on my channel's 4th anniversary, trying to recreate the original tie custom, and I never completed it. And then we have my personal favorite, the new car, based on a terrible storybook I wrote as a young kid, where there's this evil Lightning McQueen with a big cape and mustache and beard. I've never shown this before. It's almost done, and I love it. And then finally, Red Eyes, based on a Mini Racers custom that I made on a live stream once, where the goal of the stream was to make a Mini based on your suggestions. We then move on to my Mini Racers collection. You may notice that I have the cars ordered in the same order as my regular 155 scale collection. Starting off with McQueen variants, we have Lightning McQueen, Racing Red McQueen, Cruiser McQueen, Radiator Springs McQueen, Silver Radiator Springs McQueen, Dirt Track Radiator Springs McQueen, Dinoco Lightning McQueen and his metallic variant, Bling Bling McQueen, Transforming McQueen, Holiday Hotshot McQueen, a custom Burt McQueen based on Rescue Squad Mater, Dragon Lightning McQueen, Lieutenant Lightning McQueen, World Grand Prix McQueen, Rusty's Racing Center McQueen, Cars 3 McQueen, as well as metallic glow-in-the-dark and gold variants for him. We then have metallic Rusty's McQueen. For whatever reason, they still haven't made the non-metallic version of him. Chester Whipple Filter and a custom gold Chester. Primer McQueen, Fabulous McQueen and his metallic variant. The Dirty Cars 3 McQueen. Dinoco Wrap Lightning McQueen. The custom Cars Adventures, Protectors of Radiator Springs, Return to Radiator Springs, and Executioner McQueens. XRS McQueen, Road Trip McQueen, Cave McQueen, Deputy Hazard McQueen, Rumbler McQueen, a custom Lightning Cup McQueen, and finally these two very stupid ones, that I made on live streams. We have a McQueen based on the Kerchoo meme, and we have Emo Lightning McQueen based on a joke drawing I did on a live stream once. Moving on to Mater variants, we have Mater, brand new Mater, Racing Red Mater, a custom based on the Mini Adventures Racer Odds Mater, Tokyo Mater, Anime Eyes Mater based on the DVD intro to Tokyo Mater. This one, of course, is a custom. Unidentified Flying Mater. We then have a custom Heavy Metal Mater, Soapy Mater, Funny Car Mater, or as the mini racers called him, Hot Rod Mater, custom Zebra Mater based on a road crossing PSA from, I believe, Russia. Mater with Lightning Bolt Hat custom, Rusty's Wrap Mater, custom Protectors of Radiator Springs Mater, Snowy Mater from one of the advent calendars, or I believe all the advent calendars now, Cave Mater, Super Speed Mater, President Mater, Road Rumbler Mater, and custom Thanos Mater, also based on a stupid drawing I did on a stream once. We have Sally, Racing Red Sally, Snow Day Sally, and Dinoco Wrap Sally, as well as a Dinoco Sally custom based on the Cars Adventures custom. Moving into the second row, we have Doc, the Hudson Hornet, and Metallic Hudson Hornet. Luigi, Snowy Luigi, or sorry, Glow-in-the-Dark Luigi, then Snowy Luigi. These three look basically identical. Very hard to tell them apart from this angle. Sheriff, and a custom Protectors of Radiator Springs Sheriff. Flo, and Advent Calendar, or Holiday Flo. We then have Ramon, Metallic Ramon and Gold Ramon, Hydraulic Ramon, Yellow Ramon, Christmas Cruiser Ramon, Artist Ramon, Radiator Springs Ramon, Union Jack Ramon, Intro Ramon, Florida Ramon, Saludos Amigos Ramon, Rusty's Wraps Ramon, and then the Lightning Cup and Yellow and Pink Ramon customs. We have a Fillmore here, a little Fillmore, if you will, Fuel Tide Cheer Fillmore, Tie-Dye Fillmore, and Rusty's Wraps Fillmore, Sarge and American Flag Sarge, Lizzie, Red, Rusty's Wraps Red, and Holiday Red. Tractor here. We then move into the Radiator Springs Visitor section, which is currently only comprised of customs. We have Popo, a repaint of a Luis Nash based on the character from Cars the video game, Candace from Race-O-Rama, Extreme and Brody Pace from Cars Adventures, Ricky Radial from Ties Cars 4 and Cars Adventures. Then we move into Highway Cars with DJ and Snot Rod. Unfortunately, the only two delinquent road hazards. We've gotten as many so far. Then we have the Mystery Racer and Flashback Mystery Racer from Cars Adventures. We then have the Around the World section, starting right after the Flashback Mystery Racer. We have Finn McMissile, Holly Shipwell, Sidley, a custom Protectors of Radiator Springs Sidley, Professor Z, Suki, our sole representative from Tokyo, few customs to represent Italy here with Giuseppe Abuelo and Megan Carrar. From Thomasville, Poor Lonely Custom Rock Hudson. Then we move into the Cars on the Road section of Around the World with the Tyrannosaurus Rex. We then have the Quadratorchosaur, West Philanthropus, Clankleosaurus, Dats Jammin, a custom of Lou from Salt Fever, Ivy, Rodette Marker, and Aaron Kinda Fast from the Trucks episode. We then have the Chiefess, and then three of the Rodents with Alleyway, and then I believe these two are Dent and Scrape. Then moving on to racers, unfortunately we still don't have a regular Chick Hicks from the first Cars, so Dinoco Chick Hicks comes first because he's our only Chick from the first movie. So we have regular and metallic Dinoco Chick Hicks. You then have Chick Hicks and Silver Chick Hicks, Head Agent 86, Lightning Cup Chick Hicks, and Venom Chick Hicks. As you'd probably guess, this one was also based on a joke drawing I did on a stream once. We then have the King, Metallic the King, Silver the King, Race Damage the King, and Lightning Cup the King. Francesco, moving into World Grand Prix racers, we have Francesco Bernoulli, then Jeff Corvette, Carlo Veloso, Raul Cerul, Carbon Racer Shu Todoroki, and one of my all-time favorite customs, Marlena Wolfsburg, based on the canceled character. For the Legends, we have Luis Nash, River Scott, and Leroy Hemming. Then moving into the Cars 3 Veterans, Cal Weathers, Metallic Cal, Silver Cal, Lightning Cup Cal, XRS Brick, Dud Throttleman, Buck Bearingley, Jack DePost, Murray Clutchburn, Rex Reveler. Then we move into Cruise variants, of course followed by Jackson and the rest of the next gens. Francis Beltline, Cruz Ramirez, Metallic Cruz, Rusty's Cruz, Golden Rusty's Cruz, Thomasville Cruz and her Glow-in-the-Dark variant, Dinoco Cruz, Chicks Picks Cruz Custom from Cars Adventures, Talk Show Cruz Custom from Cars Adventures, XRS Cruz, and the Advent Calendar variant of Cruz. She's got snow on her wheels, you just can't really see it down there. We then have Jackson Storm, Metallic Jackson Storm. I believe this is glow-in-the-dark Jackson Storm. Racer 17 Jackson. This is one of my earliest customs. I really need to redo this. It looks really bad. Protectors of Radiator Springs Jackson. XRS Jackson. This is the Advent Calendar variant of Jackson. You can just barely see those white wheels peeking out. Then Lightning Cup Jackson. Danny Sorvez, his metallic and glow-in-the-dark variants. Ryan Inside Laney, Chase Race-A-Lot, Flipped Over, Tim Treadless, Metallic Tim Treadless, Silver Tim Treadless. Then we move into our final row here with glow-in-the-dark Tim Treadless and XRS Tim Treadless, Nick Shift, Paul Conrad, Aaron Clocker, Jonas Carvers, Conrad Camber, Will Rush, Sheldon Shifter, JD McPillar, HJ Hollis, and his Advent Calendar variant. Now you can finally see those white wheels. Clutch Aid Racing Tractor, Barry DePedal, George Newen, Spiky Phillips, and a few customs from Cars 4 with Kara Crashwell, Frankie Fabulous, and Jaden Fast. Moving into pit crew members, we have Mac, Rusty and Dusty, Smokey, Hot Rod Smokey. Then we have Sterling and his metallic variant. Such a pointless mini racer. Sterling already is metallic, guys. We then have Kurt here. Moving into Team Dynaco with Rotor Turbowski and Gray, Gail Buford, Dexter Hoover, Natalie Certain and her silver variant. Then we have Todd the Pizza Planet Truck and Katie Frontrunner. Miss Fritter and her dirty variant start off the Demolition Derby cars. RV, Dr. Damage, Fair Game, Superfly. APB, custom silver APB. Jimbo, Blind Spot, and a custom blind spot based on her appearance in Cars on the Road. Fishtail, Sig Alert, High Impact, and Mr. Drippy. Then we get into Cars Tune Cars with just Mator. Then we get into Batcar with Alfred, Supercar, and Bane. Then the YouTuber Customs with Avatar tie, 2022 Halloween tie, Cars Adventures tie, Nomad, original Nomad made out of a Sig Alert, and then a few other miscellaneous cars with Roland Solo based on a Hot Wheels car of the same name, Funny Car King based on a knockoff Mater toy, and Carby and Ken from the Cars Adventures Carby movie. We're back on the bed to show my large amount of duplicate mini racers, including a Holiday Hotshot McQueen, 3 World Grand Prix McQueens, 3 Racing Center McQueens, 4 Cars 3 McQueens, 1 Road Trip McQueen, 4 regular Maters, 1 Advent Calendar Mater, which I believe is... Oh, sorry, it's 5 regular Maters. Advent Calendar Mater is here. Yikes. Tokyo Mater, a Funny Car Mater, 2 Sallys, 2 Luigis, 2 Sheriffs, a Holly Shiftwell, a Klenkleosaurus, a Dynaco Chick Hicks, 3 regular Chick Hickses, 2 The Kings, 1 Carlo Veloso, 1 River Scott, 1 Murray Clutchburn, 1 Rusty's Cruise, 3 Jackson Storms, 1 Gray, 1 Natalie Certain, 1 Miss Fritter, 3 APBs, yikes, 1 Blind Spot, and 2 Fishtails. Now for my work in progress mini racer customs, we have a Lightning McQueen based on the Mini Adventures Tuners Lightning McQueen, a Team LM McQueen complete with his missing wheel. This is a Redline McQueen mini custom I started years ago, but I'm probably going to repurpose considering I don't have the 155 scale custom of it anymore. Work in progress Easter Mater. This was based on a Luigi paint job he has in Cars Fast as Lightning. Now I'm planning on repurposing it. We have a Sarge's Surplus Hut Sheriff based on the Mini Adventures. A Ghostlight Ramon, which used to be a Ghostlight Ramon, but now I'm planning on repurposing it. We have a custom of Luigi's mom work in progress. This is going to be the Stig from the Cars X Top Gear Lego short. This is a work in progress. Work in progress Cars 2 Concept Art The King. Then we have 2 different work in progress versions of Self-Sponsored The King from Cars Adventures, probably going to be scrapped. Recently in Cars Adventures, I did an episode where one of the characters plays a parody of Just Dance. In the episode, I used a Disney 100 flow, and I covered up the eyes. Originally, I was going to use this custom, but couldn't finish it in time. We then have this Jackson Storm, which was going to be a racer custom several years ago, then I ditched it. This Sheriff is a work in progress to be turned into old Redline base security. Not sure if I'll keep it or not. This is a custom based on the old Halloween tie Avatar. Still want to finish it, even though I've made one based on the new one. This is the original Red Eyes, whose wheels were supposed to get another coat of paint and then just never did. And finally, Bam and the Joker van, based on Bat Wheels, a kids show where all the Batman characters are vehicles, which Batcar was sort of made to be a parody of. Oops, I almost forgot this racer, which is set to become road and trailer, the Ties Cars 4 Black Fire Racer. Glad I remembered that guy just in time. And now the final time we'll be here in my sister's room is to take a look at my Disney Store cars. We have original Cars 1 Lightning McQueen. This is a variant from the 2021 2-pack with Ralph Carlo, which was previously released in, I believe, a 3-pack a little bit before that. Really like it because it's looking up. Then Radiator Springs McQueen, Heavy Metal McQueen, Lightning McQueen Hawk, Cars 2 World Grand Prix McQueen, Fabulous Lightning McQueen, Midnight Run McQueen, Cave McQueen, and the interchangeable Cars on the Road McQueen, who is currently Road Rumbler McQueen. Moving on to Maters, we have Heavy Metal Mater, Mater Hawk, Spy Mater, or Mater with weapons, whatever you want to call him, Mater with Stadium Hat, Cave Mater, and Super Speed Mater, which is the interchangeable on the Road Mater. We then have the Fabulous Hudson Hornet, Sheriff, Flo, Intro Ramon, Tie-Dye Fillmore, Sarge, DJ, Snotrod, Wingo and Boost, Finn McMissile with weapons, Holly Shiftwell with wings, Grem, Acer, Professor Z, Vladimir Trunkov, and Tombe, Ivy, The King, Todd Marcus, Lee Revkins, Slider Petrolski, Ralph Carlo, Darren Leadfoot, then some World Grand Prix racers with Francesco Bernoulli, Jeff Gorvette, Raul Sarul, Rip Klutchkonsky, Ice Racers Rip Klutchkonsky, Frosty Winterbottom, and Memo Rojas Jr., Hot Rod Jr. Moon, Cal Weathers, Bobby Rotesta, Rev Rodages, Thomasville Cruz, Track Damage Cruz, Tractor Rich Mixon, Ed Trunken, George Newman, JP Drive, Heyday Smokey, Gabriel, Aiden, Daryl Kartuk with headset, Tex Dynaco, Todd the Pizza Planet truck, Dex, and Falcon Hawk 1. Over here we have my plastic monster trucks. These were from a box set made from the Disney Store back in around 2010. For some reason I found them in a Disney Store in like 2019 or 2020. We have the Tormentor, Frightening McMean, the Ice Screamer, Rasticarian, and Patio Concrete. These guys are basically in 155 scale, but they're not part of the 155 scale line. And they're, not in scale with the Disney Store cars, so they get their own little section. They've recently been paired up with all my custom monster trucks from Cars Adventures. Now, none of these are based on Mattel diecast. They're mainly made of Hot Wheels, Monster Jam trucks, or other things. Here we have Extreme, the Muffler, the Food Fighter, the Trucker, and Ken Ada. And then we move on into my mini adventures with Lightning McQueen, a very broken Cruisin' McQueen, Firefighter McQueen. This is the Ramones House of Body Art McQueen, and Sergeant Surplus at McQueen, Firefighter Mater, and House of Body Art Mater, Firefighter Doc, Firefighter Flo, and Team Lightning McQueen Flo, 2 versions of Yellow Ramon, Lightning Ramon, Ramones House of Body Art Ramon, Sarge, Firefighter Lizzie, Red, a Ramones House of Body Art tractor, because why not? If you want to slap flames on Steve Herschel, may as well put him on a tractor too. DJ, Ramones House of Body Art Snotrod, Wingo, House of Body Art Chick Hicks, The King, and Firefighter the King. We then have my Micro Drifters with World Grand Prix McQueen, Mater, Sally, Luigi, Guido, Red, Francesco, Jeff Gorvette, Max Schnell, Dusty Crawhopper, Racer Dusty, Arturo, and Sunwing. And finally, to wrap all this up, some random stuff that didn't have its own spot in the video. Starting off with some large-scale characters. This is the Hydro Wheels Porto Corsa boat, the Tyrannomysiosaurus Rex, Cabby from Planes, Fire, and Rescue. Then we move into my large-scale plastic haulers with an original 2006 Mack, the 2015 Story Set Mack, the 2017 Gail Buford. I looked forever for her trailer, but it's actually in storage. The Gail Buford launching hauler, which broke a day after I bought it. The original 2018 Cruises hauler. And then just a few miscellaneous play sets here with this Transforming Lightning McQueen track. I thought I may as well count him. He is still a large-scale car. We also have the Stunt and Splash Red for the color changers. And then finally, we have some large-scale vehicles that aren't part of the 155 scale diecast line, like this Rotor Turbowski, which is 155 scale compatible, and he even comes with his own weird little mater, unlike anything ever made. Then we have the Mini Adventures Carrying Case Trev, a 2018 Mini Racers Carrier Mac, and a 2020-2021 era Mini Racers Carrier Gail Buford, and finally this large-scale red from 2007. Down here we have my Cars Squinkies with the Cars 1 McQueen, Radiator Springs McQueen, Tumbleweed McQueen, Tongue McQueen, Cars 2 McQueen, several different versions of Mater, including a Spy Mater with guns here, Sally, Doc, Sheriff, Luigi, Race Team Luigi with headset, Guido, a Pit Crew Guido, and a Race Team Guido with headset, Flo, Green Ramon, Yellow Ramon, which are just the exact same on different color bodies, Pit Crew member Fillmore, Race Team Fillmore with headset. Then we have a Sarge, Lizzie, Red, Finn McMissile, Finn with weapons, Finn with I guess firing weapons. I don't know what you want to call it. Pretty violent for a Squinky though. Rod Torque Redline, Grem, Acer, 2 Francescos, Raul, Shu, Max, a piston cup, and a tire gun here. And finally, the final items for the collection. Here are my Riplash Racers, Lightning, Snot Rod, the King, and Supercharged Dusty. And finally, the beautiful, beautiful Disney monorail Vinylmations. Aren't these great? Sheriff and Red. These did not need to be included in the video. And then here is the Build Your Own Radiator Springs Racers kit. May as well include this one too.